brothers, welcome back to DummyNation. Today we're going to be playing as one of the most upvoted countries in a couple of videos actually, which is Serbia. Now Serbia starts off as a hard country. Let's go ahead and jump in and see why. Now Serbia starts off as the 82nd best GDP, 104th best population, 81 GDP per capita, which again is good. The higher that number is, the better it is for us. Military power is 56. Now what makes Serbia a difficult country is that it is not a part of the EU or NATO, currently at war with Kosovo. And we are also landlocked. So we're going to have to kind of work our way out of this, but that's going to start off by going into probably an autocracy right away. But let's first off get the exploitation bonus to maximize our advantage. You can see that goes to 11.33%. So let's get a couple units of commandos for nice and cheap. And then we're probably going to want about 1,000 tanks and probably 2,000 rockets. And then we're going to throw the rest into gunners to try and build up a nice offensive unit. And let's go ahead and see if we can go alliance hunting. Now, the cheapest alliance for Serbia is typically Russia. Let's see what they're offering. 41 is pretty good. What about China just as a long shot? Nope, 7 million is going to be too much. We could get one with India. I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. Now, as for research, we're going to do some things a little bit differently. We're going to get some levels of international aid to ease the negative spread effect of our diplomatic interactions by 30%, aka going to war. And then we're going to put the rest of our points into combat training. Well, actually, let's put 2 points into combat training and just drop a point into reactive armor as well. Now let's go ahead and fix our budget. We're going to need to drop down social spending a lot. I think 17% is pretty good. Military up a tiny bit because we're going to have to rely on our military to get out. And then liquidity. So our budget's not going to look amazing right now, but it'll be fine here in a little bit. Now, as for targets right away, we have a couple options of how to get out. All of them involve attacking through the EU. We can go into Hungary to get access to Russia. We could also potentially go into Romania, which has a pretty similar army to Hungary. The only problem is that when we start looking at terrain, Hungary is completely flat, where Romania does have some mountains. In addition, we could push through Bulgaria to get to the Black Sea, or we could push through Montenegro and get into the Mediterranean. Now, the problem with Montenegro, very mountainous again, so that would be a bit of a challenge. We could also potentially, what we will be doing is going through Bosnia, but we'll wait for our troops to get done, and then we'll kind of show you what our plans are next. Oh, and then we do need to flip to an autocracy right away. Let's go ahead and get this up to a percentage so we face less rebels, get away from the fascism. That just is a way to make a lot of enemies very fast. So that's our plan, and we're almost done with our troops. So as soon as these guys are done, we'll be ready to go on the offensive. Okay, we can't get an alliance treaty with China. Let's grab that as well. India, did we lose our alliance? We did. It cost us 218. That's basically all of our money, but that will guarantee us a lot of safety here before we kind of move out. We do have our troops, so let's go ahead. Budget is working. We are losing a lot of money, so we do need to make some of that up. Let's grab the easy target of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Now, why Bosnia and Herzegovina is a good target is because they are also not part of the EU or NATO, so they're going to be an easy one for us to get and knock down quickly. And Montenegro actually came to help us, which was great because they didn't get any of the land. Now, taking a look at your army, it is substantially weakened, and you are the easiest target to knock down out of all of our EU neighbors. So it's definitely worth doing that. Now, taking a look, did we lose any friends? No, we did not. So let's go ahead and take out Montenegro. Now, how we're going to do this is we're just going to move all of our troops along the border, get them all in very small units. It's not going to take much to get their military out of the way. The world is not going to react until we do have them out of the way and start taking territory. So if we do this in a bunch of small groups, we should be fine. Okay, now I just got to give command orders to all these guys, make sure the game's paused, and we'll hopefully knock down Montenegro before the rest of the world is able to react. Okay, command orders are given. This is also why we grabbed Bosnia and Herzegovina. In addition to their economy, it gives us a bigger border with Montenegro. And there we go. Okay, did anyone declare war on us? No, we were able to do that before anyone got mad at us. That's very good. So now let's take our new army, move them all down south, and get ready to attack Syria. Now, the reason we want Syria is it has the lowest GDP per capita of anyone in the Mediterranean. Also has a good amount of, or will lower our GDP per capita. I got distracted. I wanted to see if Malta was available, but no, Algeria took it already. So let's go ahead and get ready to knock you guys down. Now, your army does have 3 million, and Turkey will sometimes declare war on us for this land, but it is definitely worth risking grabbing it. Okay, that is done. How much troops do we have? We didn't lose barely anything. Now it comes to the target of what do we want to do next. We don't have a lot of rockets and tanks, so it could be advisable to wait around, but we're only making about 30 a tick. Saudi Arabia is looking like a good target with only 1.6 million. We could go through Jordan and get through them. And I think that is going to be our play. Now, that will involve going through Jordan and having to peace out with a lot of the Arab world. But let's go ahead and fight down Jordan and see if we can start accumulating peace treaties once we eliminate Jordan before we go into Saudi Arabia. Okay, Egypt is here, but we can buy a peace treaty with them. Lebanon, we would need more money for. Who else has declared war on us? A lot of people. The UAE, Oman would get here quickly, and they're strong. So I think what we do here is we take our money, we take our troops, we go home. Now, we did lose our alliance with Russia. That is unfortunate. We're going to need that money for peace treaties. So we'll just wait for everything to get a little bit cheaper, and then hopefully we can afford to buy off some of these of members of the Arab world. All right, now that we have defeated Jordan's army, we could move to, and we gave it a little bit of time, we can move to the border safely. We're going to try and take out Jordan in one swift blow. All right, Jordan's been defeated. Great. Hopefully we shouldn't incur the wrath of anybody else. Lebanon's over here, who's been fighting us a lot. We could take them out rather quickly. But I think our focus really needs to stay on Saudi Arabia, because that's where the money's going to come from. Although, do you have 83? No, it's definitely not worth it, especially Saudi Arabia is the 17th. Does this make peace treaties cheaper now that we don't have... No, it does not. That's unfortunate. Can we get an alliance with you? Potentially. Japan or China? Still friends. India, still friends. Okay, we can get a peace treaty with the UAE. What about Oman? Yes. Algeria, 1.7 million. Okay, that went down. Oh, there we go. Cheap. Who else is at war with us? Let's take a look. Let's see. Libya, not quite. Yemen, yes. And Somalia, yes. Okay, so we just need to really wait on Yemen, and then we'll have an isolated 1v1 with Saudi Arabia here. Because the peace treaties, even though we're buying them for separate occasions, will still hold in the time that will take us to take out Saudi Arabia. In fact, let's just fight Saudi Arabia down now. Sudan has declared war on us. We can buy a peace treaty with them. Iraq, peace treaty, and Kuwait. Peace treaty. Sweet. All right, now we're just fighting down Saudi Arabia. They just have tanks, and we quickly demolish them. Wonderful. And I think we're slightly big enough to split, so let's go ahead and do that and start working through Saudi Arabia and officially have a way out. Oh, Libya. Forgot about you. Germany's gone hostile to us. Can we get a peace treaty with you? No. This is unfortunate. Did our alliances go away? All of them went away. That's really bad. I think we just continue to keep fighting down, move out of the way of Germany, get everybody together, and hopefully they'll go away. Dang it, we were doing so well. Who's the cheapest of you three? Okay, Russia is. Buy it. Okay. Now Russia will hopefully come to our defense. Let's keep invading Saudi Arabia for the time being, because we can't stand up to Germany, but Russia might be able to. In fact, here they come to our defense. So we'll lose a little bit of territory to Germany, which we probably can't get back, but at least we'll be weakening up Germany with Russia, and Germany goes away. Okay, good for us. We are now currently the 20th best GDP, so things are going well for us despite Germany's intense aggression against us. And we do have another 5 points, so let's get another point into reactive armor, get that up nice and high, and we'll continue fighting down Saudi Arabia. Okay, Germany's here again. Move our army over here. Forget about Russia will keep coming to our defense, though. We're trying to get another ally, but everybody's very expensive right now. Okay, we can get an alliance with India. China, are you cheaper? Let's get with China. That will protect us from Germany. Even though India's closer, China's kind of the bigger threat here. And Germany's taking our homeland. Not a lot we can do about that. Rather unfortunate. Germany's just going to bully us down. Ugh, that's very unfortunate for us. Germany once again ruining our plans, but we're still the 18th best GDP, so I mean, worse things have happened. Now, in good and bad news, Russia is weakened, but we're not in a position to take care of it. We're going to need to rush up there, see if we can grab some of that land, but also stay out of the sight of Germany. Now, where is our new capital? Okay, our new capital's in Saudi Arabia. That's good. We have 9 million firepower against 1.7. I think we go ahead and push this and get Moscow. Now, we will be fighting Russia, but China stayed on our side, and we can potentially... Yeah, we can buy an alliance with India. Let's do that. And just start moving through and grabbing as much land as possible. We do need to move down south and block Latvia from grabbing any more land, though. This is one of the rare occasions. I don't really want to split, but I think we have to grab land. Ukraine is really pushing us. All right, status update. We have a slight new army. It's not exactly a killer army, but it is just fighting down the remains of Russia. So it would be good enough to get up here and try and help out. Total military power has diminished quite significantly. We've basically only been able to replace the troops that we've already lost. You don't mind me going through your territory, do you? No, you're fine. I drew a line not as well as I possibly could have. But things are going pretty well. Making 1,000 right now. We are currently the 10th best GDP in the world. So as long as we're able to get a military up, we should be fine. Now let's go ahead and get that alliance or peace treaty with Pakistan. No need to fight them right now. Did we lose troops in that engagement? We did. We lost a good chunk. Actually, no, we didn't. But still, that army's been diminished. So looking at our list, in terms of the best GDP per capita we could go after, aka the lowest with a high population, it would probably be Sudan. And that's kind of work for us because it's at home. 96 best. Yeah, that's probably our next best target. So as soon as we finish up things here in Russia, I think we need to get ready for that as an engagement. So let's go ahead, try and start recruiting some more troops, even though it is rather expensive to do so because our GDP is per capita is actually really bad right now. It's the 36th best. I think that's good enough for them. Let's send all of our troops home. That should be a relatively safe journey, other through Iran. See if we can get an alliance treaty with you. Almost. We'll be able to buy that here shortly. So I think that'll be a worthy investment just to connect our two territories without having to walking through enemy land. And we do have the last 5 points, so let's throw that into reactive armor, and then we'll just need to finish up combat training, and then our military presence will be done. Oh, China, we lost our alliance with you. That's not good. Gonna need to buy that back. In the meantime, we'll just continue to go through Saudi Arabia and finish them up. All right, and that is Saudi Arabia done. They still have some islands. We're not going to worry about it. Let's start working on Sudan. We have 13 million. We should be ready for that fight. Sudan's declared war on us. That's fine. We'll bring the fight to them. See who declares war on us when we engage with them. Yemen. Buy you off. And I think that's the end of their army, and I think that's everyone who's needed to fight us out of the way. So let's go ahead and split and start working through Sudan. All right, that is Sudan done. And Chad, do you have an army? No, you don't. Let's go ahead and fight Chad too, because they're also on that list with low GDP. That'd be a good one for us to get as well. And we do have 1.46 million to spend. What's our GDP per capita at now? 45. A lot better. Let's start recruiting some actual units of troops so we can build an actual army. And we'll just kind of keep messing around here in Africa, just continuously grabbing more troops or more land as we can while we wait for an actual army to be spawned. And we can buy a peace treaty with Germany. I'm going to go ahead and do that, just so we don't have to fight them anymore. Finishing up a little bit of Russia territory down here. You don't have any troops either. Might as well fight you in addition. Oh, but the United States declared war on us. Well, we can buy that off. I don't know what was... Are they friends with the Congo? Oh, they were. Whoops. Argentina. Okay, let's send everybody home. We've dug too deeply, too greedily. Let's just continue to keep building troops. Oh, but you know who's a great target? Look at Japan's troops. Friends with China? That's it. We're friends with China. You like us more than you like Japan. Let's start gearing up for that battle. Now, we don't have the tanks or rockets to do that right now, but in given time, we will. Maybe we can finish up the last level of combat training. What's our total military at? 23 million. I think we'll push for Japan. The amount of money we're going to get from Japan is going to be wildly game-changing for us. So let's go ahead and then fight down Japan. Hopefully China doesn't mind this. And down falls their military. Great. Okay, so now Japan is all going to be ours. How much did we lose? Well, about half our army, unfortunately, but the prize of Japan will be worth it. There's a big army kicking around here somewhere. You can see when your troops look like they shrink in size because a big army just passed by. Oh, and that was not all their military. Let's gather up and get ready for that. Here they come. Down they fall. And now we can split again. Ooh, Japan is bringing over 4,000 tanks. I want to get this last little bit of land, and it might be worth piecing out with them. See if we can time this. Nope, ran out of time. Peace treaty. Let them run back because they have some territory in Bangladesh. I love that territory. Not in a real position to get it. And our GDP per capita, I'm sure, just shot way, very bad. So we're going to have to capture somebody small like Bangladesh to counter that. Okay, so what my new plan is I'm going to try and draw out Japan. I don't really want to fight down all their tanks myself. I do want their territory, so we might be able to play a little bit of a ring around the rosy type situation, but let's get these two units combined. Tell you guys to fight up here. Slow down time a little bit. Once we engage there, we're going to try and rob them of Bangladesh and also their Africa holdings. So there they go. Let's see if we can jump on over here. And in the meantime, just continue to keep recruiting troops. Now, we can keep an eye on them because they're having to walk through China, who's our ally. Okay. Now, with this army, let's see if we can go ahead and attack down Japan's Bangladesh territories with enough factor that we can get it done quickly before they're able to turn around through Japan. Oh, frick. Not you guys. Okay, they're turning around. China's declared war on us. That's unfortunate. Love to get that alliance treaty back. Can't quite afford it. Let's grab another peace treaty with China. Or Japan. Can't do it. Grab everybody. Move them down here. and just fight down Japan. If we can get Japan out of the way militaristically, then we can really just grab all their territories down south. Norway's declared war on us. I don't know. We can get a peace treaty with you. I don't know why you are. But if we can knock down this tanks all the way, keep chasing them, then we have free reign to all their African holdings. Did cost us a pretty penny, but now let's go in and start working through Africa. How much? What do we have over here? Not multiple. Okay, we need another unit of commandos to build up this military. And let's buy back that alliance treaty with China, because even though we're doing well, with the third best GDP, our defensive power and military power are very weak. So we need to get those numbers ramped up, but I want to get this land that Japan holds to get our GDP in a better spot. So before we do that, and even though you're just infantry, I think you can do a good job of standing there, preventing Japan from continually grabbing land. Estonia's declared war on us. Could you not? Thank you. All right, our GDP per capita is pretty high. We're flirting around 35, which is good. And now we can actually, I think our focus really needs to be building a military. 11th most powerful military with the third best GDP is something that we can fix rather quickly. So we'll continue to keep focusing on fighting down Japan. But as you can see, people are declaring war on us left and right just because our military power is so weak they think they can get away with it. Ooh, Vietnam is out of troops. Who are your friends? Egypt, Australia, and Myanmar. Egypt, you got 6 million. Australia, you got 16. I think we'll leave them alone. We don't need the fight right now. We just need to build. And our former allies, Iran, are going down. Maybe we'll jump on this real quick too. At least this way we have a nice easy connection between our north and south territories. So that is lovely for us. Our big focus really needs to be tanks though. We are very low on tanks and rockets. So that's going to be our priority here, is just continuously grabbing more of those guys, because I'd like to make a big move on India, but we would love some defense in that aspect. So let's send everybody home. We already have 1 million commandos and 500,000 gunners, so we're good in that department. I would just love a little bit more here before we commit to that. And we are saving up for a self-sufficient economy, which will help out a lot, but our exchange rate is pretty good with China. Could be better with self-sufficient economy though. Now, India has a number of friends, including Germany. Let's see if we can start buying people off by getting alliances with them. Cheap alliance with Indonesia. Turkey, you're probably going to be expensive. 6 million. Germany, same. But we could take on Turkey. Germany will be hard. Algeria and Ireland. Get an alliance treaty with you. Ireland, get an alliance treaty with you. Great. We'll go ahead and do that. And I think next we get ready for a war with good old India. Now, we'll save up. We have a little bit of war chest up just to try and buy people off. But let's go ahead and start pushing through India. Okay, Germany's declared war on us. Can we get a peace treaty with you? We can. And Turkey has peace treaty with you. Sweet. Okay, so that worked out well for us. We're going to keep our army mostly together just because I'm afraid of splitting. Actually, we'll split once. And now we'll just continue to keep building up another army. Germany declared war on us. Let's see if we can buy them off again. Yep, nice and cheap. And we're going through India. Now, the great thing about going through India, like, look at that. 2 million for 305. This was less than half of what we were just buying. Peace treaty with you, brother. No need to fight. We're just going through India. Hope you don't mind. And we can get the last level of self-sufficient economy. Exchange rate is now 79%. We're in the money. Things are going very well for us. Keep recruiting. We're making 22 a tick. Still third place. Pakistan's falling. We have an army ready for that. Let's go ahead and bring them over to get ready for the war with Pakistan. And then where are your good economy zones? Right now on the border with India. So we'll move our troops like right here. No, China didn't commit. Okay, well, we'll wait on that. We still have India to get. All right, that's enough. Let's go ahead and get involved ourselves. Pakistan's down to 2 million, and we'll just split and attack up north as well. All right, Pakistan is defeated. In the meantime, we've been building quite the arsenal. We have quite a military power ready. Let's go ahead and finish up. Rockets was the last thing I think this army needed. In fact, it was. And now we just kind of have the target, the idea of what do we want to go after next. Everything's available to us. Definitely Ethiopia. Let's go after Ethiopia. They don't have any troops, so this should be pretty easy for us. We'll just go ahead and start splitting, and they are done. How are you looking? Now, we do have to get vengeance upon Germany for taking our homeland and our new homeland, but I think the best target right now is continuing to pick on the Arab League. The United States is too strong, and China's too strong. What about Brazil? Strong. Argentina. You have some friends. Anyone I'm worried about? No. Bolivia, Chile, Thailand, and the Vatican City. Let's go get Argentina down. All right, 118 million. This should be pretty easy walk in the park against 3 million, and they don't have enough friends to really scare us. So Chile's declared war on us. We're actually, I don't know if we really want to fight them. Well, tell me about your friends, Chile. Brazil. For that reason, I'm out. All right, they are done. Let's just head home for the time being. And honestly, I think we fight down Egypt. This will incur a lot of the wrath of the, well, let's just check your diplomacy, a lot of the Arab world, but nobody else. And if we take them down, we'll be able to fight down a lot of other militaries. This is a pretty good economy to add to ours. We can grab Libya, Algeria, Yemen, everybody over here. So it's a good one for us, and we'll just continue to keep recruiting troops. All right, they are done. By the way, we should have been investing in smart taxation. Let's get that going. Iraq, I believe, invested a lot in fighting us, so let's go fight them in return, and also Kuwait. In fact, let's first do Kuwait, and then you can go fight Iraq. All right, Iraq is done. Oman keeps coming over. Let's fight them down, and Yemen. All right, so we spent a little bit of time clearing out North Africa, but we are still relatively weak in comparison to mostly the United States. They're going to be a tough nut to crack. It'll be a lot easier with China down. But let's go ahead and do our flip to autocracy, to fascism. 2734, apply there, and start getting ready to build a bigger army. Oh, we should also probably deal with Somalia. All right, they're done. Let's head everybody home and wait for exploitation to get all the way up before we start spending our money. All right, that is done. We have 80 million in the bank. We also discovered something very delicious. Germany doesn't have a lot of friends. They got Luxembourg and Italy and the United States. We just bought an alliance with the United States. Italy, not going to happen. Well, maybe. That is going down. It was at like a G, but let's worry about that later. Let's buy tanks and rockets. But we could potentially fight Germany and get all of our land back. Oh, this is perfect. In fact, let's go now. They've 7 million. Italy's got 27 million. We'll be able to take out both, but let's reclaim our capital. It is finally time for us to come back home and reclaim what was stolen from us. And Italy has actually not joined this war yet. But we're not stopping here. We're going all the way. We're going to take out Germany in its entirety. There's Italy. Can we peace out with you? We can. Wonderful news. So now it's just us and Germany who doesn't have any troops. Poland's coming to fight though. So we do need to rush this. There we go. They stopped. Ukraine's also getting involved, but we're getting the lion's share of everything. Mostly Germany proper, which is really going to do us wonders. We've actually surpassed China in GDP per capita, or GDP, as supplanted them in second place. So Germany, great move for us. Glad we looked at that, and Germany's warmongering finally caught up to them. And another great target would be Ukraine, kept grabbing all this land. They don't have much military themselves. Have they made a lot of friends? Brazil, the United Kingdom, and Italy. I think we could buy all of them off. France got involved. Buy a peace treaty with them. Okay. Now let's get everybody lined up to fight down Ukraine. Now, Ukraine does have a lot of friends, but we've got 10 million in the bank saved up. So let's go ahead and fight them down and see if we can buy off anybody. Italy, we knew we could buy you off. Anybody else? People we're already at war with. Buy you off. Buy you off. Buy you off. And rampage. All right, that is Ukraine done. Wonderful. Okay, let's take a look how we're doing. Number one population, second best GDP. GDP per capita is pretty high. Not a lot we can do about this stage of the game. 168 million firepower. China has 89. You have 80. United States has 267. Let's fight down, I think, Turkey. Mostly because we've been able to buy off everybody so far in the European Union. So why not continue that? Okay, number of people declared war on us. Czech, Ireland, Portugal. Czech, Portugal. Ireland actually receded it. Okay, so Canada, hello. Welcome to the fray. Buy you off. Hungary, buy you off. All right, and they are done. We sit at 52%. It really would just be the United States and we'd win the game. But we could, in theory, take out these three instead. I don't think the United States right now is in scope. Let's go fight Australia. They've only got 1 million. That'll be pretty easy. That'll be a nice one for us to get. Send you home. You're not ready yet. I think that is a good plan of action. Oh, Canada beat us to it. Let's splinter and race them. And they are done. All right. Oh, we're dancing around it, but eventually we're probably going to have to fight the United States. I mean, we definitely could probably get it without them, but would it be the same cost? I don't know. I think it's worth waiting. You are really weak, Indonesia. Here, let's get another round of tanks real quick. I think you're worth fighting, though. Let's go and knock them down. Keep our army together. They're down to 4 million. I think we can split now. China's declared war on us, though. Get that peace treaty. See if we can get the alliance back. No. All right, with Indonesia out of the way, let's go ahead and get down North Korea, too. But I think at this point, we're just going to have to wait before we do anything else. So let's just go ahead and send everybody home for the time being. and wait for China or the United States to make a move. So now becomes a moment where someone has to blink first. Let's go ahead and grab a next level remittance. China and the United States are allied. There's not a lot of targets left. The United States has the bigger military and are probably centralized at home. Same with China. So we could defeat China pretty easily, but then will we be ready to fight the United States? It's a tough call. I think we'll give it a little bit more time before we make a rash decision, but we're going to have to make a decision here quickly. Now, we could just sit here and win the game because we are gaining more than anybody else is. We're growing at 4%. Yeah, that'll get us there. It would be nice to take out the United States. I just don't know if we could do that in a way without angering China. Their military is mostly wrapped up in foot soldiers. We definitely have a lot more tanks and everything else. So I'm building a lot of foot soldiers to try and counter. This is going to be a tough call. Okay, Latvia is declaring war on us. Let's see if we can draw out some of the European powers and knock them down. China's declared war on us. 13 million to peace out with them, though, is not worth. I don't know where Latvia is the problem. Here, let's just start taking out European powers and see if we can just get enough. There's the United States. We'll maybe have a piecemeal the United States, which is what we want. So we'll keep everybody together. Still have a tremendous army here. We'll just start picking off European powers. Yeah, let's go up to the United Kingdom next, because we are gaining more percentage than we're losing just by sitting here and doing nothing. So we maybe don't need to fight the United States, but I am going to push this. And we'll just split once since we have so many troops and start fighting down France too. Let's see if we can win this without fighting the United States or China. Let's just grab everybody else. I mean, we have 83%. We're pretty close. I think the European powers will be enough. Let's test this theory. Fight Italy. Yeah, we're at 90% already. That's going really well. Fight Greece. Let's see if we can peace out with the United States even. Yeah, you go away. We don't need you. Let's see if we can do the same in Canada. Yep, Greece is gone, 92%. Fight Portugal. Can't tell where France is invading us. You fight Czechoslovakia. You fight, or excuse me, Croatia. You fight Czech. You fight Hungary. All right, so we cleared out everybody. Brazil. That is a good target for us. Let's just send everybody. Say go splinter into Brazil, and that'll be the last target we need. Brazil has no army. This should be an easy one for us to get. And here we go. 96.8. There we go. Serbia dominates the world after 53.26 days without, more importantly, defeating the United States or China. I think that's the real accomplishment here, especially as Serbia. Let's see where we landed on the leaderboard. Serbia, we are 5th place. Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, with Germany and China not falling, I'll take that as a victory. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hey, make sure to leave a like in the comments. And leave a like on the video. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put up videos every day. And if you have a new nation that you would like me to play, put it in the comments down below. We play as the most upvoted nation from every video. But for now, boys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.